20 miles of skirting board, 6,500 plugs and one very picky owner. Queen gets £369 million handout to help pay for massive refurbishment of crumbling Buckingham Palace. The Queen is set to have the builders in at Buckingham Palace, for the next 10 years, at a cost of an eye-watering £369 million funded by public money. The bill for the work, the biggest refurbishment undertaken at her official London residence since before the Second World War, will be met by taxpayers via the sovereign grant, the annual fee paid by the government to the monarch, which this year came to £42 million, with a third of the cash set aside for maintaining royal palaces. But even more money will be taken from the public pocket for the scheme, with the grant to be boosted by around 66% for the duration of the project, which is the first major refurbishment of the building since the early 1950s, with work needed to repair damage caused in World War II bombings during the reign of her father George VI. The project will see 10 miles of water pipes, 6,500 plug sockets, 500 pieces of sanitary ware, toilet, basins and the like, and 20 miles of skirting board replaced after experts warned there was serious risk of fire and water damage to the palace and the priceless works of art it contains due to palace's perilous state of repair. At 90 years old, the Queen will not have to move out while the work is completed, but she is likely to have to change bedrooms at some point and is said to be fully supportive of the changes. Dozens of her staff will be put up in porta-cabins on the palace lawn, but aides said members of the royal family who live there, Prince Philip, Prince Andrew and the Earl and Countess of Wessex as well as Princess Anne, won't be forced in temporary accommodation. The money will come from the hike in the sovereign grant, the funding formula for the monarchy's official duties, for the 10-year period. The Queen is currently given 15% of the profits from the Crown estate, with the rest being given back to the government. That will now increase to 25% until the completion of the work. When the work, which is due to start in April, is finished in 2027, the grant should be returned to its current level of 15%, a review by the Royal Trustees, Prime Minister Theresa May, Chancellor Philip Hammond and Keeper of the Privy Purse Sir Alan Reid, recommended. Deputy Keeper of the Privy Purse and Accounting Officer to the Reservicing Programme Mike Stevens described the plan as the most cost-effective way to fund this essential project. Master of the Queen's Household Tony Johnston-Burth said the refurbishment would ensure the palace is fit for purpose until 2067.